Good afternoon. Um, my name is Jamal Saleh. I'm the Director General of UAE Banks Federation. Um, for anyone who doesn't know UBF, it's all banks in the country, all local banks and all international banks, as well as all the related entities that work with banks, such as credit card providers, MasterCard, Visa, Amex, etc. So it's every bank you can see in the country. Um, I'm here with you to talk to you about what we are doing in the UAE on inclusion and where are we heading. Um, when we say inclusion, usually the term is thought of as for people with low wages being able to open an account. Um, for us, it goes much beyond that. It's for people, for all segments of the population to be able to have all types of banking services, including being able to get financing, including being able to try to have some investments. And it also goes beyond individuals. The small businesses are facing the same issue with inclusion as much as retail customers face. Not every business is a big blue chip. All the small companies, the small businesses that try to set up shop here will face a problem with inclusion, will face a problem to be able to open an account, to get financing, and to get any sort of investment banking. Now, how have we started and where have we reached? To start with, our government put the blueprint for us with the UAE National Inclusion Strategy and the Financial Literacy Initiative of the government. Then our central bank put a whole environment to accommodate the ability to provide banking to all segments of the society. Um, it has developed for us an environment that's very conducive to innovation for banks to be able to come up with ways to provide those services to retail customers as well as small businesses. But then Corona came, and Corona forced us to become innovators. Corona accelerated the adoption of digital onboarding for customers simply because we were unable to do it manually. Manual onboarding, manual processing, not only that it was difficult and time consuming, it was also expensive. And that's why there has always been a minimum for you to open an account when it was a manual process. But now, if you do digital onboarding, there will be no minimum. We have become one of the most penetrated banking systems in digital banking. Some of the channels in the UAE are near 100% penetration. The use of digital channels has doubled after Corona. We are also the second most trusted banking sector. If we are the second most trusted banking sector, it means that we need to be able to accommodate the needs of all types of customers. Now, I said that manual process was cumbersome, time consuming, and expensive. Therefore, the only way we can achieve end-to-end inclusion was digital inclusion. And how are we doing it? Again, remember, I said it's not about opening an account. It's about getting all services, opening an account for an individual, getting financing, and maybe trying some investments. For businesses, you also need some other services, like what we call POS services, to be able to sell on credit with a credit card or a debit card, and so forth. That's a service that you have to qualify for. Uh, uh, we need to make sure that every business, even a very small business setting up in the UAE, will be able to receive all these services. Therefore, we and our banks have come up with so many innovative solutions. I don't know how many of you know the terminologies about receivable financing or supply chain finance and so forth, but just to simplify it, if you're a small business and you're providing a service to a big company, everybody wants to deal with the big company because they are highly rated and so forth. If you have provided a service to that big company and now you have a receivable from that company where they have given you a piece of paper saying that we owe you this much money, now we can digitally take that from you and give you the money up front. And the bank will get the money from the big company, your customer. That will not only give you the money right away, it will get you the money at a cheaper price because the risk now is the risk of the big company giving the money, not your risk. If you wanted to get the financing yourself, it would have been expensive. Um, we also do what we call supply chain finance, meaning if you have a big company who wants to buy something from you, it hasn't yet purchased anything, but they want to buy something from you, and they have given you an order saying, provide me with this much flowers for a flower shop, provide me with this much pens for a stationery seller. If you have that order from the big company, you will take that order digitally to a bank, and the bank will give you the money for it and will collect the money from the big company. We even go one step beyond with what we call supply chain management, where we help you get that product that you need to bring and sell to the big company. For individuals, if you are not the highly paid employee, your salary is low, you might not be able to participate in investments. Now, we have partnered with some fintechs. Our banks have either joined hands with fintechs or they have acquired some fintechs. And what we do is that we tokenize an investment to be able to give you a piece of it. And in that case, you are a participant as much as anyone else. The problem we faced when we tried this, remember, you are bringing new players to the market. You are bringing people who have never had a bank account into banking. You are bringing a small business, an SME, which has never had an extensive account or financing, discounting, and so forth. It opened a big door of risk, cyber risk. People who have never had an account, they are not very savvy how to manage the security of the account. Small businesses don't have, like big businesses, a structured access control, layered approval, firewalls, and so forth. Usually it's just a Wi-Fi connection and it's one password and so forth. So it's fairly easier for a hacker to crack a small business compared to a big company. Now, yes, we want to move fully digitally to make sure that all retail customers and all corporate customers, SMEs, do receive our services, but we are exposing them to a high risk of information security. So therefore, we had to do this hand in hand with an awareness campaign to make sure that everyone understands how to protect themselves, as well as test the whole ecosystem of all payment channels. We call that cyber war gaming, where we enter a closed room and we test all connections of the system to see if there are any weaknesses. So we are testing the lines, and we are educating the customer how to self protect and not be taken for a ride by a fraudster. So this is where we are. This is what we have been doing now. We're coming heavily into sustainability and green finance, and next week we will be at COP, where we are giving our statement on supporting the UAE in green finance and sustainability, and that will be big news. You'll be surprised by what we will be having to say on Monday. Um, Therefore, between ourselves, our banks, and our central bank, uh, we know that we are taking the UAE into the leadership beacon of inclusion and digital banking. Um, I hope we'll make it. So thank you so much.